I got this yesterday. Art, I have finally done it. After months of communicating with spirits from another realm, I've channeled a spirit, or some say a ghost, into a room which I have prepared for it. The spirit calls itself Everett, and Everett communicates both in our English language and telepathically. The room that I have Everett trapped in is sealed off by a series of electromagnetic devices which he cannot stand to be within 3 inches of. Or I suppose he'd be, I'm adding this, zapped like a bug, I don't know. I've worked on this since around July of '96, and tonight at 7:06 Central Time, I captured it. The spirit is a non-violent one and does seem to be somewhat scared. I have asked him a few questions that you may find of interest. Everett says we're being prepared for the great visit of our cousins from beyond. So I could not resist, and I asked Rodney, that's his name, to please send me a phone number. He did. I've got Rodney on the line. From where in Arkansas, Rodney?
I'm calling from Fort Smith, Art.
Fort Smith, Arkansas. All right, is this essentially correct, what you wrote?
Yes, it is. I'm not making a bit of it up.
You're not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Rodney, how did you, well, I don't even know where to begin here. First of all, how did you decide to even begin trying to raise a spirit?
Okay, let me start by correcting what I told you last night later in the program. When I said bug zapper,
yes,
I'm not talking about one of them blue things that sit out in your yard and zap bugs.
Oh, you're not?
No, and a lot of people aren't familiar with them. What it is, it's a little device you use in your home. You plug it in, and it gets rid of pests such as insects and rodents, small mice, and things like that by an ultrasonic high-frequency sound wave.
Oh, all right. I was featuring in my mind, and I couldn't figure it out, how a bug zapper would keep anything.
Right. I just chose the wrong words.
Okay. Well, I see. In other words, it produces a sound that does what? It can kill mice?
Right. It would. No, it don't kill them. It just keeps them away. It's an unpleasant sound, and we can't hear it.
Right. Exactly right. And so you found. So how did you discover that this was something that would control or keep in a certain space a spirit?
Last December, I was me and a buddy of mine was sitting around watching Razorbacks play basketball, and my wife and his wife was off in another room and doing what I call channeling. They go into a trance, and I always thought they was putting on a little bit, talking to other things, and we'd sit around and make fun of them. But on this particular night during a break in the game,
you made fun of your wife?
Well, I'd make fun of what they was doing.
I see.
I figured it was some strange form of entertainment.
I frankly have never thought a lot about channelers myself, and I've got a sister who channels.
This particular night, during a break of the game, I'd picked up that little pest controller and pointed it right at them. And what had happened, they'd both jumped up and screamed at the same time.
Really?
And after they screamed, they sat back down and relaxed. But, I mean, I found it odd that they screamed at the same time and jumped up.
Sure.
They said that the spirit that they was channeling also done the same thing and left. And it left. When it left, it looked like it was being pushed out of the room by a wave, like a wave of water is how they described it.
Aha, so it was insulted, angry, and probably its ears hurt.
It probably did, if it does have ears.
Well, or the equivalent in the spirit world. In other words, it did not like that sound.
It must not have. What we done, I got to thinking about this much later because it took me till July to finally come up with the idea and put it in place. Is we bought about 5 more of these units.
You bought 5 more of them?
Uh-huh.
Do you have to modify them, by the way, for your use, or do you leave them stock?
Well, at first we left them just like they come from the manufacturer, and what we done was we set it up in a room. We made a platform in a room,
Yeah.
and that's where my wife would get up there and do her channeling. But we had a device pointed at each wall, one at the ceiling, and one from underneath the platform pointing at the floor,
Okay.
trying to block off any exit. Well, that didn't work. She said that he exited through an upper corner of the room.
In other words, you didn't have it all covered.
Right. We flipped the switch, and she said he exited in the same manner, but up in the upper left-hand corner of the room.
All right, so this is like before we get to how you sealed it off, this is like something that you leave off, you lure the spirit in.
Right.
It gets in there, and you flip the switch and turn it on, and zzz, that's it.
That's absolutely right.
Oh, man. All right, so you didn't have the whole thing covered. How'd you end up finally covering it all?
Well, my friend, he's an electrical engineer, and he suggested taking the unit out of its housing and putting it in a housing that would broadcast the sound waves in a larger pattern. So we could cover the whole thing. Either that or buying more units.
All right.
So what we come up with was the casing to a drop light, like what you'd use to work on your automobile.
Sure.
Okay, and we took the device out of its manufacturer's housing, put it in this, and just takes one of them to cover the one wall of the room. The room's 12 by 14. The platform we have built is 5 foot by 4 foot, and that's where everything's trapped right there. Actually, I mean.
So it's a relatively small area where you trap it.
Right.
Wow.
There's a small sofa. On the
didn't you worry a little bit that there would be, I don't want to say hell to pay, but hell to pay? In other words, if you trapped this thing, it would get very angry and very upset and do who knows what.
I didn't give it much thought. I don't actually do the channeling myself.
You don't have any relations in the Kansas City area, do you?
Not at all. Not that I'm aware of.
You know a fellow named Mike Markham?
No, I don't.
You don't know Mike Markham? All right, just checking. So anyway, you got all this done, and then how did you summon, or how did your wife, I guess, who you had been making fun of, summon this spirit?
Well, she got up on the platform that I've talked about, sit on the sofa, and she goes into like a trance, I would say, for about 5 minutes, and then she'll start talking and mumbling, and that's what I used to laugh at, because I didn't think there was anything there that she was really talking to, but now I'm convinced that there are. I haven't actually seen it with my own eyes. Mm-hmm. I can tell. We have a thermometer outside the area, one on the inside of the area,
yes,
and it's like 8 degrees colder in the center there.
Really?
It sure is.
And it's not directly below an air conditioning duct or some reason why it would?
No. Matter of fact, I've got the heat duct turned off right now and covered up, just in case that could be a route of escape.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I hadn't even thought about that. It might get away that way through the ducting. So it's colder there, and you can document that. Oh
yeah, I've got a thermometer right now. One reading 72 and one reading about 65 right now.
Wow. And that it's been that way since you trapped this entity, and that's been over now 24 hours, right?
It's been a little over 30 hours now.
30 hours.
Uh-huh.
Aren't you concerned, having an entity like this trapped, that something terrible might happen?
Well, it's hard to sleep. It's hard to sleep in the same house with it. What I'm working on now is a way to transport it, and I have to go from AC to DC.
You mean like a portable unit?
Right. And by the way, I've never seen Ghostbusters. I've rented Independence Day tonight and didn't think about it until after I'd rented it that I should have got Ghostbusters. But I've never seen that.
Well, yes, they kept entities in a magnetically controlled field, and you're keeping the entity controlled with ultrasonic. I think it's ultrasonic.
Right.
And it just doesn't like them, or do you think it has more of an ability than even that? In other words, even though it wouldn't like these sounds, you would think to get free, it would just burst through if it had to. So there must be some greater factor controlling it.
Well, I'll tell you what, in the email that I sent you, I told you 3 things that it has communicated to my wife. But it's done 2 more things since that. One of the things is that it said that it's not trapped, that it can leave on its own free will, that we could turn off the units. And I don't want to believe that.
Well, has one ever stuck around like that before you put in your units?
No, not not after she was done communicating with
So it could be lying to you.
Right. She's not even in the house now, and it's still reading the same.
Oh, she's not?
Right. She's in Tulsa at some voodoo or something convention.
A voodoo convention.
Hocus pocus or something.
How did the two of you get along? You get along okay?
Oh, great.
Uh-huh. It sounds like you've tortured her a bit about all of this.
Oh, it's just good humor.
Uh-huh. Have you apologized, basically, for some of that torture based on the fact that you've now got an entity?
She knows that I believe her, and I don't ever do anything. I don't ever tease her to where she would be upset.
Uh-huh. How do you know the spirit's name is Everett?
Now, that was in the original communication, I'd say about 8 o'clock yesterday evening. And that's where she went into a trance, and she actually done the talking to it and repeated what was being said.
I see.
And I took the notes.
Have you heard anything? You said Everett communicates in English as
Right.
well as telepathically.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean in English through your wife or in English aloud so it can be heard?
Through her, and also she can know exactly what it's thinking, and she says it knows exactly what she's thinking.
Mm-hmm. Any other physical documentation of the presence of Everett other than the lower temperature, which is very interesting?
Well, I'll tell you what, this morning about 6:30 I put my cat in there.
You did?
I put my cat in there.
You put your cat in there?
And it hunched all up and hissed for about 5 minutes straight. It wouldn't move. I finally went out and got my fishing net out of the garage, and it's got a handle on it, and I stuck it in there and pulled it out, and I haven't seen the cat since.
You had to capture your cat with a net?
Right, I'm not
What's
going
you
in.
gotta do? How long did you leave your cat in there?
About 5 minutes, and did not move.
Didn't it just, sat there sort of all hunkered down?
No. It was on all 4 feet with his back hunked way up in the air.
I imagine. Like that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
And I haven't seen her since.
Hey, I haven't seen her since, so I don't blame her. I'd have run away, too. So she'd probably run away.
Right.
Tortured by the spirits. What are you going to do with Everett?
Well, I don't want to leave it in the house. I've got kids, and I don't like fooling around with that sort of thing in the first place. As far as being in the same house, I'd like to find a way to transport it and to get some pictures of things like a cat going in there, get some pictures of the thermometers or video.
Well, what are you going to do? You're going to take, pictures are good. I would like to have photographs. What are you going to do with Everett, assuming that you can get Everett to transport? Where are you going to take him?
No idea, really.
Hadn't thought that one through,
No,
huh?
I haven't. And all we're relying on now is the power company's not going to have a bump. But
Oh, my God, I hadn't thought of that. So you don't have portable power?
no, I don't.
That's very serious.
Mm-hmm.
Just an instant of loss of power, and Everett's gone.
Right?
So you don't believe Everett with regard to, hey, no problem, turn it off, I'm going to stay?
Not a bit.
Not a bit.
Not a bit.
Well, then, if Everett's lying about that, then Everett could be lying about other information given to you.
That's right. That's right. But I do find it odd that we did have that plane crash tonight, the C-130.
Yes.
And that was one of the things that he did say originally.
He predicted that?
Right. It says our planes will be confused and air controllers will be stunned. Catastrophe will fall upon the world's aviation due to unheard signals from our cousins that are presently trying to contact us. And that one's got me a little confused, but I know it has to do with our airplanes.
Well, I'll tell you, Rodney, I too watched ID4 earlier in the day.
Uh-huh.
And are you sure that doesn't come from your having watched that movie?
No, I watched that tonight. This is in the email I sent
Oh, I
you.
see. All right. Yeah, it is, as a matter of fact. That's right. That's right. Here it is. Our planes will be confused and air controllers will be stunned. Catastrophe will fall upon the world's aviation due to the unheard signals from our cousins that are presently trying to contact us. God, that's right. It's right here. It's right here. And you sent that to me before the fact.
Right, I sent that yesterday at 8:36 p.m.
Yeah, that's when you sent it, all right. Rodney, do you want to give your last name, or are you not?
Well, I'd rather not. I'm sure there'll be a lot of skepticism and ridicule.
You're probably right, Rodney. And what I'm going to do is open the lines during the next half hour.
Okay.
And we'll see if we get skepticism, ridicule, interest, advice, questions. Can you ask questions? I guess without your wife you can't, can you?
Right. No, there's no way.
Okay.
I'm not going to step in that thing.
I don't blame you a bit. Stay right there, Rodney. Rodney, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Good. All right. We've got a bunch of people who want to talk to you. I thought I could unnerve you a little bit. Apparently not. Man of steel. I would not have trapped Everett in the first place. I mean, it took guts to do that.
Right.
Didn't you worry before you did it?
I don't guess I worried at all. I'm still not fearful of it unless, like tonight, I wouldn't be able to sleep at all with my wife not home and being home alone.
Home alone with Everett. Do you have children?
Yes, I do.
What do they have to say about this? Aren't they worried Daddy's got a ghost?
They don't really know what's going on.
So you're sparing them. You're really not telling them.
Right.
I don't blame you. And you've really got a constant, since you put the thermometer in there, it's been 8 degrees colder?
Right, 7 to 8.
7 to 8 degrees colder constantly?
Yeah, either 7 or 8. It hasn't been off 7 or 8 degrees difference since we first put it in. It hasn't been 6 and it hasn't been 9.
All right. First-time caller line. You're on the air with Rodney in Arkansas. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Fritz, the other Fritz.
All right.
Petaluma.
Petaluma, Fritz. Yeah. All right.
Great program, by the way, tonight, Art. I really
Thank you.
appreciate the way you do innovative things like this, get Rodney on the air.
Well, why not?
Yeah. And nobody else is doing it.
That's for sure.
Rodney.
Yes, sir.
Have you checked to see if your cat was not responding to the ultrasonic waves as opposed to the entity?
No, I haven't.
Check that out.
Okay. I may have to go get another cat.
Set up another room, too.
Right.
And with the waves coming at this entity from all sides, wouldn't they be penetrating right through to the center of where the entity was stationed?
No, they're facing away.
Facing away.
Right. It's like a drop light cover, like a dome shape, and it's facing the walls.
Uh-huh.
He really has no place to go unless he does go through that.
Uh-huh.
I say it.
Huh. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the call. So, I guess we ought to really call it. What? Do you know what it was before?
No. We haven't asked that at all. She can see it. She said it's not clothes, no hair. It don't have what we would call genitals.
Really?
But it's just not glowing. I mean, not like what I would picture a ghost.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, has anybody suggested any experiments to you that you might do while you have this entity trapped?
Not at all. We know nobody that has any type of information on this period.
Well, maybe we'll find somebody out there. Wildcard line, you're on the air with Rodney in Arkansas.
Hey, it's a pleasure, Art. This is Tony from Las Vegas.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, hi, Rodney.
Hi, Tony.
Hey, I'm a little skeptical, but hey, I've seen a lot of ghosts, so I just want to know what shape is the consortium of the instrumentation you got set up, and is it covered like that? Does it cover the floor? And you say it's dome shaped?
Right. The housing is. The housing for each one, there's 6 of them in the room. One facing the ceiling, one facing the floor, and one on each wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does the ghost have an electrical field of any kind that's detected, or you're not into that yet?
Or magnetics. Magnetics also. Yeah.
I've got no way of checking that.
Okay. Hey, keep up, let's get something on video. Get some live correspondence out to your house and look into this. Get MUFON out there.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Yes. Had you thought of that, Rodney? That is calling, some sort of professional Ghostbuster. I mean, what you've got is fairly remarkable and may not last.
Right. I have no idea where to look. Maybe the internet or something.
I was going to say, shouldn't you get somebody out there? Yeah, maybe the internet, or maybe somebody will have a suggestion. What are you going to do with regard to videotape?
Well, there's not really much to videotape other than the temperature change, or if I throw some animal in there, I guess. Unless it is...
Well, I'm not sure you should keep throwing animals in. Besides, you don't have any more to throw in there, right?
That's right.
Describe when you threw your cat in. Throw is probably a poor word, phrase. placed your cat in there.
But my hands didn't ever enter the...
So in other words, you sort of got your cat up to the barrier point.
What did you throw? I really threw it.
And just you did throw it. And when your cat landed, what did he do?
All he done was let out a slight, not quite like what I heard you play there, but something similar to that, not quite as long or as loud, and then hissed. I mean, it was a constant hiss, by the way, for about 5 minutes, and he stayed hunkered down. And I thought, well, he's going to die if I don't get him out. I don't know if it was actually the entity or, like the caller said, the noise or whatever that is.
So did you try calling him out, or here,
Oh
kitty,
yeah,
kitty?
yeah. I tried calling him out, and it worried me. Then I run to the garage and got my fishing net.
And you fished him out.
Right.
And when he got out, would you have an open door or something? And so he just kept on going.
Right.
Well, I can't say I blame him. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Rodney. Hello.
Oh, hello there.
Hi.
This is really neat being on your show, Art.
Thank you.
I've been listening to you for a while, and well, there's a couple things I wanted to ask you. I guess I have to hold them for another time. If I just
Please,
want to
yes.
talk to
I mean,
Rodney.
we have a guest here, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do want to say that I appreciate those Malachi Martin interviews, though. That was really good. And he might be able to help in this matter. But I wanted to, okay, Mr. Rodney.
You know, it's a good. I wonder what he would say about this. He would probably say, Rodney, you have no idea what you're into here, and you're going to wake up in the middle of the night with a bed spring through your chest.
Well,
or
if I could ask
something.
a
I'm not
couple
going to be able to
questions
sleep at all.
Yeah, go ahead. Ask your question.
to Rodney. My name is Dan, incidentally, and I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. I wanted to ask you, first of all, just I want to make sure that I understand where you're coming from, and just under penalty of perjury, so to speak, are you or are you not pulling our leg?
No, sir.
Okay, then I'll take your word for it. And now I have something to say that I'm no expert on this or anything, but I'm just going by my conscience. And if this thing, was it harassing anybody when you trapped it? Was it like like in Ghostbusters, they trapped a demon or something that was?
Not at all.
Okay, so if it wasn't harassing anybody,
Actually, he lured it in, or more appropriately, his wife did. More accurately.
It seems to me just going by my conscience, is that if you lured it in and if it wasn't bothering anybody and you lured it in, and if you're holding it against its will, then you're not authorized to do that.
Right.
There can be repercussions.
And I've given thought to that, but then what's the consequences when I let it go?
He's got a point there.
Well, you see, it's like if it said that it itself claimed that it could leave any time.
Right.
But that may have been just something it said in desperation to get you to let it go. Right?
Sure, I'd say something like that, wouldn't you? If you were trapped, go ahead, turn it off. I'll stay.
If he's trapped against its will, then it's sort of like putting somebody in prison, and you're not authorized to do it.
Right.
And there's what you might call cosmic laws that
I've thought of that, and
accountable to.
I wouldn't want that to happen to me. I mean, in the future life, and I've thought seriously about turning it off, but surely not before the show here.
And one more thing I wanted to ask. I might have missed something you said, but can you see it or not?
No, I cannot.
Your wife can see it, though?
Not unless she gets up onto the platform, and instantly, this is how I really believe that it's there, because usually it'll take her some time to start communicating, but instantly she'll get up on this platform, sit on the sofa, and go into a trance and start communicating. I mean, just that fast.
And she can see it and hear it and everything?
Right.
And she's in like that? Huh.
Now, she may be pulling my leg, but I mean, we have a temperature difference here, and that's one of the main things I'm going on, and knowing my wife and trusting her.
Well, have you or anybody other than your wife sensed it in any other way, personally?
There's a cold presence in the house. I mean, not chilly cold, just eerie.
And then there's this cat.
Right.
So it's all very interesting. I would like you to get a magnetometer in there.
Magnetometer.
A magnetometer. It'll tell you if there's a magnetic field emanating from that area.
Okay.
And there may well be. Caller, thank you.
Is there any chance of getting your wife on the air?
Well, you know what? His wife has taken off for where?
Tulsa.
Now, why would she go to Tulsa and leave you alone with this thing?
Well, she had this planned for a couple of months now.
I see. Would there be a future time when we might be able to get Mrs. Rodney on?
I'm sure she would love to do that.
Uh-huh. All right, there you go, caller.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Take care. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Rodney.
Good morning, Art. Bob Pocatello.
Hi, Bob. What's up?
Well, I was laying there sleeping. I just heard part of this, and I say, hey, that's something interesting. But just some cautions there, Rodney, and a question. When Art has interviewed Malachi Martin, and especially in this last time, I think it was 5 times Malachi said that we have to remember that Lucifer can appear as an angel of light. And Courtney made comment about subspace, which he makes reference to what's probably commonly known as the spirit world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this spirit world it hasn't really been emphasized too much, but it is inhabited by both good and evil spirits. And perhaps Art could get the discussion from Brother Malachi in this. But in any case, you're playing with nitro there, and I can't help but feel that a lot of people that who might be into spirit transferal or remote viewing or anything else, when they start inviting spirits, spiritual experiences, if they're not really aware of what they might be getting into, it will turn into something like Art's Ouija board experience.
Yeah, it could certainly turn into something negative. Are you at all, during this whole period, Rodney, surely especially in the beginning, it must have had you totally freaked out.
Right.
When you knew you had it, didn't you worry that you might have summoned up something, as this caller said?
Not like I have since I've been talking to your callers. But that does raise a little concern to me now. In all the excitement, I haven't given much thought to the worry. But
again, I wonder if you managed to get this spirit Everett out and into a portable holder, so then where do you take Everett?
Well, I'm leaning toward not doing that now after talking to that last caller.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Wildcard line, you're on the air with Rodney in Arkansas.
Oh, get to a better phone. This is great show tonight, Art. This is Dan in the U District.
Hello, Dan.
How you doing?
Fine.
Man, this is fascinating. Rodney, I commend you for your adventurous spirit, and if I was doing this, I would try to get my wife to, this could be a fabulous learning experience, posing questions to the entity about what things are like in the spirit realm. Mm-hmm. If it's being honest with you, it could be a great chance to learn some things, and ask questions about the hereafter. And also, there are inroads you could make, actions you could take to maybe get this story on one of the TV shows. And there is a way to contact that Ghostbuster that Sightings used.
Yeah, do you want publicity beyond this program, Rodney?
I'm not sure about that right now.
Well, obviously, if we gave your last name, I guarantee.
Oh, I know that.
I guarantee you would be inundated with hard copy, Strange Universe. They'd beat a path to your door, as would many others.
Let's pass on that for right now, Art.
All right. That's your answer. He doesn't want more.
Well, I hope we could. I hope Art can interview your wife before too long. It'd be very interesting to hear what she has to say too when she comes back.
That's a good question. You know your wife. I don't. If we had her now on the phone from Tulsa, what would she say?
She would tell you it's real. She's absolutely convinced that there's not even a slight doubt in her mind.
And she's not at all worried about trucking off to Tulsa and leaving you holding the ghost.
Not a bit. She told me just not to get in there unless I wanted to go into whatever she does. But I'm not sure that a person not wanting to could actually do that.
Mm-hmm. What can you tell us? What model? A lot of people will want to know what model ultrasonic thingamahicker you're using.
It was a 3200. Is what was on the.
Made by? Do you know?
I think it's called Rid Pest.
Red Pest?
Rid, R-I-D.
Oh, R-I-D. Rid Pest. Rid Pest. And a model what?
3200.
Modified, though.
Right.
Okay. All right. First time caller line. You're on the air with Rodney. Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, is this the Art Bell show?
Yes, it is.
Oh, oh my God.
You've got a very bad phone line, sir.
Yeah, I do.
I really do. Does that make anything better?
No.
Okay. Can you hear me very well at all?
Well, I can hear you. Go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. Well, I had a question for you, and I had a statement for Rodney.
All right, got to make it quick, so go ahead.
Okay. What I wanted to say was to Rodney, if this entity has shared good information with him and his wife, and everything has been positive until this point, Rodney, you should trust this. Make good with yourself and let him go. If it's all been good information up to that point.
So, in other words, you think Everett should be freed?
Well, I do if Everett has never done nothing but send good information for them.
Well, now that's thank you. That's a horrible phone line, sir. I'm sorry. That's an open question, though, because I don't and I can't believe that Everett would stay where he is without the Ridpest model 3200 keeping him right there.
Right.
And you believe that too, don't you?
I also do.
All right, then that means that Everett fibbed, because he said he would stay even if you turned it off.
Right. But even a good person would do that, trapped.
That's true. It is kind of a spiritual equivalent to kidnapping.
Right.
However, I think you're safe as far as any law would go. Certainly, you really couldn't be convicted of doing something for which there is no law. I mean, there's a law covering kidnapping people, but not spirits. So I think you're safe, except perhaps cosmically. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Rodney. Hello.
Hi, guys. This is Chuck from West Virginia.
Hi, Chuck.
I just wanted to talk to you about the Everett thing.
Yeah.
Funny thing happened to me. I was sitting here thinking. It sounds to me like it might not really be a ghost. It might just be some old guy who's been sitting out trying to astrally project, and he was just running around. And
I never thought of that. In other words, somebody who went through sleep paralysis, left his body.
It could be Ed Dames.
And got trapped in Rodney's little trap.
Yep.
And so there's a body sitting there waiting for it to be snapped back, and nothing's snapping back.
I can imagine that. Poor soul.
Yeah, they'd be lucky if they don't bury the guy.
Yep. Okay.
It is a thought, Rodney. Yes, thank you, sir. It is a thought, Rodney.
Right.
We don't know the nature of the spirit, do we?
We sure don't.
And you really are dealing with some unknown stuff here.
Right. Coming on your show, I've learned a lot, and may consider when my wife comes back in the morning.
She'll be back. She'll be back in the morning.
Right. Flipping the switch, but I wouldn't dare do it without her.
You know what I would do? I would do a test. I would have her contact Everett, and again ask, "You're really going to stay if we turn this thing off, and then turn it off?" And if Everett goes sliding, slipping, and sliding back to wherever, then then you will know that you were definitely lied to, and that would put into question all the other information. Or if Everett stays, then I think that would underscore the other information.
Right.
Wouldn't it?
It sure would.
All right. Well, look, there are many, many more people who want to talk to you. Do you want to hold on for a bit?
Sure will.
All right, Rodney. This is Rodney and, I guess, Everett, actually. And we're going to get a chance to talk to his wife and confirm all of this. Rodney has a spirit trapped in Arkansas. What do you think? Free Rodney or keep him bottled up? We'll be right back. And I'll tell you what you can do, Rodney. I've got one idea.
Okay.
Do you have a camera?
Yeah, I do.
You do. Why don't you, at the very least, take a photograph of the whole lash-up that you've got there right now, while it's running, while Everett is still trapped.
Right.
And send me that photograph.
Okay.
Can you do that?
I sure can. Do we have people that can detect it from a photograph?
You never know about this audience, Rodney. But at the very least, we would get an opportunity to see your lash-up.
Right.
Your laboratory.
Right, I'll do that.
The Ridpest modified 3200s, right?
Right, and you'll give me the address after the show? Or
I'll give you the address right now if you've got a piece of paper.
I'm ready to write.
This is priceless. I wouldn't miss it. All right, it's Art Bell. That's my name. P.O. Box 4755.
Okay.
Pahrump. I know it's a strange name. That's Pahrump, Nevada.
NV?
NV, zip code 89041-4755.
Okay.
And I will then take that photograph and scan it and put it on the web and in our newsletter and stuff like that so people can see it.
Okay.
Seeing is sort of believing. Now, I've got a fax here from Fairbanks, Alaska, and I don't want you to take it wrong. It's from TJ and Nicole up there, all right?
Uh-huh.
They say, please let Rodney know that we believe his wife may have gone to Tulsa to a voodoo conference, in quotes, as a cover-up to visit a lover. She has cleverly left poor Rodney staring into empty space, surrounded by jerry-rigged bug zappers, and even his cat has now left him.
Well, if she is, I hope she's listening.
All right. First-time caller line, you are on the air with Rodney in Arkansas.
This is Penny from Burbank.
Hi, Penny.
And I want to know if this would be true, that he could capture or stop any entity with this Ridpest 3200.
Well, it's not just one Ridpest 3200.
But I meant focusing them. Would they all be affected by this same ultrasonic?
Well, now, you've got to bear in mind that even Everett claims, that he's not trapped by this thing.
Well, I don't believe him.
I don't either.
But I do think that this would be wonderful news for Father Malachi, because he might be able to use it when he's trying to get rid of possessed individuals, demons.
Uh-huh.
No, it's a very good point. I don't know whether, did you hear Father Malachi Martin?
Yes, I did.
The Exorcist? Okay, there you go. So you're right, ma'am. It would be a wonderful tool if we can prove that it is working.
Is this the same entity that jumped when he first shot it at his wife?
I'm not sure on that. No, I'm not sure.
Oh, well, that would tell us whether more than one would be affected by
right,
it.
because that was back in December of 95.
So it could be a different one.
It sure could.
Do you think that Everett should be set free, or that he should hold Everett until his wife gets back?
No, he should set Everett free, because his wife can bring in any of them, any number of times, anytime she wishes.
Right.
Well, for heaven's sakes, do not do that until you take a photograph for me.
Well, I won't, and there's no chance I'll do it without her here.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
because she can protect you if he wants to attack you.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Bye.
Take care. So far, it seems to be the vote is going towards setting Everett free. Wild Card Line, you're on the air with Rodney in Arkansas.
Good evening.
Hello there.
Should I say good morning?
Morning, I guess.
I'm Randy from Fort Smith.
Oh, you're in Fort Smith?
Right. And first of all, it seems like the quakening is quakening.
Huh.
But I don't know if you realize it or not, but Fort Smith is a gathering place for spirits because of the gallows down here. Rodney probably knows about that.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Gallows?
Yeah, Judge Parker's gallows.
Judge Parker's gallows?
The hanging
judge. One of you want to fill me in?
Well, there's about no building downtown that's not haunted by some kind of spirit.
Really?
Right. And they got all upset when we had this storm come through. And they're just moving all over the place.
Well, I certainly remember when the storm came through, it tore that place apart.
Right. Anyway, I'm not a religious fanatic by any means, but I have witnessed, my wife has been, and I have witnessed several clergy exorcise demons from people.
In Fort Smith?
Right. Some Pentecostal preachers, Evangel Temper, for example, or some of the people over at Spirit 106 Radio.
Spirit 106 Radio?
Right, it's the gospel station.
I see. I shouldn't laugh. All right.
And they can go through a house and several of the elders.
Yeah.
And pray in each room.
Well, maybe Rodney should bring one of these people in since you've got them locally.
Right. And also, don't set it free without them.
Right.
And another thing you don't want to do is
because it may have a lot of pent-up anger.
Right. Especially with children.
It may burn the house.
And another thing, then take your wife to them.
Uh-huh.
And have her exercised too, huh?
Right. Anyway, that's the best advice I can do. But I have actually seen petite women talking men's voices in some of these Pentecostal churches.
No offense, but living right there in Fort Smith, with all you've told me about the hanging judge and all the rest of it, you believe Rodney?
Oh, I believe Rodney. I'm at work right now, and I work about 200 yards from the graveyard. They buried most of them the people that were hanging, and it's just cold as everything in there, and the heater's on.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the call. There's somebody right in your own hometown, Rodney, who certainly believes you. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Rodney. Hello.
Hi, this is Tim in Minneapolis.
Hi, Tim.
Hi. This is one of the rare times when I have to disagree with Art. I grew up in a household where my dad did exorcisms for, 25, 30 years or so.
Sure.
And I believe the spirit can probably leave when it wants, and it's playing games with you.
Well, you're not disagreeing with me. You're disagreeing with Rodney. Well, yes, you are, because I agreed with Rodney.
I mean, I don't know if this is for real or not, but if it is, this is what I'm saying, is that I think it can probably leave when it wants. And the reason I say that is when he threw the cat in there, he could have entered the cat, and when he pulled the cat out, he could have escaped that way.
Yeah, you could suggest that happened, but how would you account for the fact there remains, a 7 degree temperature differential?
That's my point. I believe he's still there and he's playing games with them. I think he could have done that, but I think he wants. I mean, spirits love to do that. They love to. That's what they do. That's why witches can do what they want. A potion can't do anything.
Right. And so if he wanted out, he could have got out through the cat. And
yeah,
that's what I didn't think of.
That's probably true. I mean, a spirit could enter a cat, I think.
Right.
But I'm no expert in these matters, so I don't know.
Me either.
Yeah, spirits like to pretend like you are in control, and use that as leverage against you to do what they want in the spirit world.
Would you, knowing that Everett's there, either voluntarily or not, would you sleep while, caller?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't allow him to be there. Number one.
So
I mean, why would you?
You'd serve up some sort of eviction notice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. You really should think about that, Rodney. In other words, Everett really could have jumped into your cat instead of causing your cat to jump.
Right.
And but maybe not. Maybe your Model 3200 rid pests in other words, the spirit could not leave with those rid pests still operative. Even in the cat.
Right. But there's a chance he could have also.
Well, except your temperature is still low.
Right.
So obviously he didn't leave. He might be there voluntarily.
Well, I'm sure he's there voluntarily. I'm just saying he could have if that's what he wished to do.
Or maybe you're going to try and get him to go, and he isn't going to go. Have you thought about that one? In other words, you could turn off the rid pests and all the rest of it, and Everett would still be there forever.
I think what we'll do is probably try to throw the switch on it sometime Sunday, and I'll let you know what happened.
But that'll be after your wife gets back.
Yeah, she'll be home this Saturday. She'll be home Sunday morning.
All right. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Rodney in Arkansas.
Hello, this is Glenn in Bakersfield.
Hi.
Hi, I got a couple comments and a really bad joke.
All right.
You want the bad joke first?
No.
Okay.
Because that might get you blown off the air. It'd be better if that happened at the end.
Okay. I don't necessarily believe in ghosts, but I do believe in demons and angels, things like that. And from what he said so far, I would have to believe that since Rodney said that he'd stay he would stay even after he turns it off. I'd have to guess that the ghost is probably, or the demon or whatever it is probably lying to him.
Yeah.
And if he's lying to him,
that's what I think.
Then it's not necessarily a good spirit. And if it's a bad spirit, then he's going to be in trouble when he turns it off.
That's an awfully good point. I mean,
he's also mentioned that he has some other cousins somewhere else.
Can you imagine how much bottled up anger this thing must have?
Yes, I wouldn't necessarily turn that off unless I had the father that was there with me.
That's a very good point, Rodney. I really think it's a good point. This thing, I know if I was Everett, I'd be really ticked off at you.
Right.
I might not say it because I'd keep hoping to charm you into letting me go. But I would have a lot of pent-up anger. Lots of that. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Rodney. Hello. Hello there.
Hey.
You've got to turn your radio off, sir.
Okay, it's off.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, this is Joe from Nashville.
Yes, Joe.
I've got a few comments here about as far as those sound waves. Is that what's supposedly holding him in there?
Yeah.
Wouldn't those be bouncing off the walls and just going all through the room itself? You know, so the whole room would be saturated with those.
No, I think they're directional. Those kind of waves clearly can be made to be directional. I think that's what he's done. And
also on the thermometers, I don't know how accurate they are, but has he tried switching them? You know, switching them out and seeing if the readings are the same or if they change? You know, back to where they are now.
No, it's a very good point. In other words, for example, Rodney, have you tried putting another thermometer in there just to test the accuracy of that one, or have you tried taking that one out?
No, I haven't. That's a good point. And something else could do is switch them around. The one reading warmer, put on the inside and see if it goes cooler.
Exactly.
Right.
So do that. And again, it's very important that you get a photograph of all this.
I sure will.
All right. All right. Wild Card Line, you're on the air with Rodney in Arkansas.
How you doing, Rodney?
Hi.
I got a couple quick things for you, Rodney. One is, don't be too. Some of these people are trying to scare you. Don't be too mad. If he's angry at you, just turn your red pest back on him again. He'll run. I mean, you got the weapon right there.
I sure do.
If he gets nasty, just turn it on him again.
Uh-huh.
And if he said he's not trapped, well, don't feel bad. He said he's not trapped.
Uh-huh.
But you may even want to consider pulling out the old Ouija board right about now and using that as a kind of telephone. Or you might want to just put a for sale sign out in front of the house, and while your wife's gone, pack up and let her know by phone.
Leave her in
and get the heck out of there. Don't take him too seriously, Rodney. You didn't mean him any harm.
Right.
And I think he can sense that.
Yeah, and I could use that as a weapon. I didn't think of that.
Oh, yeah, you got the protection right there.
Uh-huh.
Somehow I can see you, though, just wheeling around the room with one of the rid pests in your hand, trying to protect yourself. And I don't know about that.
Yeah, I couldn't see what I was fighting against.
No, I don't like that idea. All right, west of the Rockies, you're on the air with Rodney.
Yes, this is John, Pacifica, California.
Hi, John.
Yes, I have some information for you. I'm a metaphysical consultant for the last 30 years.
All right, here's the kind of guy you need, Rodney.
All right.
Yes, what you have trapped there is, it's known by a number of different names. It's Luciferian, Gremlin. That's why they're causing all the plane crashes. What they are astral beings that inhabit the etheric plane close to the physical plane. And they cause plane crashes, they cause car crashes, and a lot of house fires are happening lately, too, because they live off the life force that's given off of people that are killed suddenly.
All right, sir, does this sound like... Now, I've never heard of trapping one of these things this way. Does it sound logical that he could have done this?
Well, the reason he's able to do it now, he wouldn't have been able to do it a year ago, is because the astral plane and the physical plane are now coming into alignment. They're merging, and a lot of the astral entities are being made more dense. They're densifying.
All right, but I've got to ask again, the specific question. Does it sound logical to you that he could have trapped one of these things the way he has done it?
Absolutely.
It does.
It couldn't have done it, like I said, he couldn't have done it a couple of years ago because the astral plane and the physical plane were too far apart. But now they're being brought together. It's like mentioned in Redfield's The 10th Insight, where the afterlife world and the physical world are being brought together. Now, this is essential for bringing about the new age.
All right, well, look, that's getting pretty deep. What does he do with this thing?
Keep it locked up. Keep it there. Don't turn off the switch, because the thing that's going to destroy this thing and its cousins, as it refers to, are other demons. They're very dangerous. Is the photon belt. The intensity of the photon belt, the light energy, the spiritual forces coming through the photon belt will destroy all these entities. If he lets it go, chances are he'll either die in a car wreck or his house will burn down.
Oh, man.
These are the entities that hover close to the earth. They're seen by psychic entities.
All right. I think we've got the message. Thank you very much. Rodney, now what? I mean, there's expert advice. Let it go. You'll die in a car crash or your house will burn down.
That's a tough decision there, Art. But I think I'd take my chances with letting it go.
Really? With the kids in the house?
Hmm.
I'd get the kids out of there.
Mm-hmm.
East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Rodney. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Is this the Art Bell Show?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Hey, I hope Rodney's got his insurance policy well paid for.
Yeah.
I'm listening to the through WTDM here in Madison, Wisconsin.
All right.
Apparently the call signals stand for We Two Dumb Yuppies. But anyway, we got some concerns here because I don't know if Rodney's been nipping into his bottled spirits or not.
Let's ask him that. Rodney, have you been doing any controlled substances?
I've not done any since last New Year's.
Last New Year's. How about the bottle?
Not at all.
Haven't been tipping the bottle.
Not a bit.
And you'd swear on anything available. This is all true.
Yes, sir.
Well, there you go, caller.
I got another question, sir.
Yes.
As you probably know, in Scandinavia, they are the world leaders in cold temperature electronics, and they analyze brain waves from people's brains. They don't freeze the people, but they actually, through cold temperature, can measure these brain waves. And I have a physicist electronics friend of mine who allegedly claims that they trapped not one, but three spirits accidentally, and that they are from Sidonia.
Arizona?
No, Sidonia. Sidonia are, Homer mentions them, they're the Phoenicians. And Homer mentions we call them the Phoenicians. So 1,700 years before the time of Christ, they appeared in the Near East where Sidon, Tyre is. They gave us the alphabet. Nobody knows where they came from.
What did they do? Well, okay, they got them trapped. What did they do with them?
Well, here's the situation now. It's very interesting. Now, this engineer alleges this.
All right, listen, caller. I've got a break I've got to go to. Do you want to hold on?
Yes.
All right, hold on, please. Rodney, hang in there. We'll be right back. All right, here we go again. We have Rodney from Arkansas. If you're just joining us, Rodney has trapped Everett, who is a spirit, in sort of a lash-up made up of quite a number, of Ridpest 3200s. He confirms that Everett is indeed in there because the temperature has maintained about a 7-degree difference with the rest of the room. And it has done this since Everett has been trapped. Everett was trapped about in excess of 30 hours ago now. And so, Rodney, there you are. And caller, you're back on the air.
Yes, I have two serious questions to ask of Rodney, but before I ask them, and I hope he's honest when he answers them, I must continue on just for a minute about the Sidoni. They are the Phoenicians. Homer called them the Phoenicians, but he mentioned that they themselves have a name for themselves, the Sidoni. And you have been talking about Sidonia on your shows every now and then. It's very interesting. In any event, they are apparently a very intelligent tribe that came up with our alphabet.
All right.
About 1,700 before.
All right, sir, but that may or may not relate to what...
well, anyway, they apparently were a blonde white people. They're related to the Finno-Uralic people. But my question now is, this engineer alleges they did actually get a picture of these three spirits.
Cool.
Now, Rodney must do the following. But first, does Rodney have any stock, or is he a CEO of this Red Pest company? And two, can he take a picture through a night vision scope, because that way you can pick up the temperature differences?
Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, that's a good suggestion. First of all, do you have stock in, or are you part of the Red Pest company, Rodney?
Neither one.
Neither one.
No, I'm a factory worker, as a matter of fact.
All right, there's your answer.
Okay, what about taking a picture through that night scope?
Do you have a night scope?
I have no night scope.
Don't have a night scope.
Well, you better get that picture and then send that to Art Bell right away so we can take a good look. Otherwise, Rodney, I think you're the fellow who's talking that rolled up dog poopy, and you better go out and get yourself another phone.
Right. Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right. Now I've got several pieces of advice by fax. My fax machine is going absolutely crackers here. Art, what are some things that Everett has predicted aside from the air disaster, which we've already documented for you as true? What else did he predict?
Okay, I told you earlier in the show that there was two more questions since the email that I've sent you. And well, it wasn't really a question, it was a statement. And he said that within 2 weeks we would find the ancient records. And I have no idea what this is about.
All right, that's one.
And the other one was what I did tell you at the time was that we could turn off the contraption and
Oh, that's right. That's
Right,
right. That's right. And it's cool. He'd stay.
Right.
All right. Dear Art, I suggest Rodney apologize to Everett. Really apologize. What the caller said about violating cosmic laws makes good sense. I believe there's a greater law we must abide by, and Rodney is seriously breaking it. He should let Everett go from Hawaii.
Well, I'm seriously considering that.
All right. And then this. Rodney had better be praying that he does not suffer a power outage.
You know, the lights blinked just a minute ago. It wasn't a power outage, but
oh, my.
I guess the heat kicked on or something. It kind of threw my heart into overdrive.
Yeah, I know. It just drew the power down a little bit. Every time the power blinks or something, you must really, your heart must increase.
Right.
This is the CBC Radio Network.
West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Rodney in Arkansas.
Hi, my name's Jason. I'm in L.A.
Yes, Jason.
And the thing I wanted to comment is that that type of pest control thing that you're using, Rodney.
Uh-huh.
All right, that thing, if you look on the directions, which on all those types of things are, they only work on insects and small rodents. So being that your cat is not a rodent, it's not going to affect it the way with what you're saying that happened is not really going to happen if being that your cat's not a rodent.
Right.
In short, that's it.
So in other words, you're suggesting the reaction of the cat had nothing to do with the rid pest lash up.
Exactly, because if you notice, if you look at any of these mechanisms that do this, it'll say on the box, safe for household pets.
That's absolutely right. I remember that.
Right. And the other thing is that as far as the picture goes, this guy that just called before talking about this night vision camera or whatever this crap that he's talking about, what the thing is if you notice whenever you watch Sightings or any of these other shows, when people take pictures of families outside of a house and they'll notice a figure that's in the window that wasn't there was no one in the house, everyone was outside. These were done with regular standard cameras that you buy at the store. So if you have a normal, like it's one of those new $25 Polaroids, those Instamatic cameras, or a normal type 35mm camera, if there is such an entity in there, you're going to see it on that average camera, which again, to emphasize, this is what everyone sees these things with these average cameras.
All right, what kind of camera do you have, Rodney?
An Ultra 35mm.
That be good, caller?
There you go. And also another thing is on Sightings, I'm going to make this real brief, that if you take a video camera, and again, this works the same thing as with the snapshot type cameras. If you take a video camera and you film the area where it's at, obviously you're not going to see anything because, as they say, naked eye cannot see these types of things. But if you videotape it and you go back and play the videotape in your VCR, if there's something in the picture in the snapshot, you're going to conceivably see it also on the videotape.
All right. All right. Well, we appreciate the advice. Thank you very much, Rodney.
Yes, sir.
Rodney, turn off the power. I'll be good.
First-time caller line, you're on the air with Rodney. Hello.
Yes, hi, Art Bell. This is Mike. I'm calling from Evansville, Indiana.
Yes, hi, Mike.
I've listened to your show for about, maybe a month now, not quite a month. A great show, by the way. Fascinating.
Thank you.
I was going to tell Rodney one thing, that I have what's called a Pest Raider 3. I have 5 of them in my house because we live in a low-lying area, and we have pests. We did have constantly until I got these in. They work great. Mine send them out in 2 directions, and they don't go through walls or anything like that. They do bounce around, and according to, I got my manual right here, and it says it's safe on pets. We've got a little kitten named Pockets in here, and it had no effect on it. My question was, has he tried using a digital camera? We just got a digital camera recently, and I've been, taking pictures like crazy. And on our printouts, all of the kids have these like little fuzzy, it's strange, it sounds stupid, but they have these little fuzzy things around them. I guess what you'd call auras or something, but we took it to a shop to get fixed because obviously, there's something wrong with it. And they said there's absolutely nothing wrong with this thing. It doesn't do it on everybody, but I was thinking, if by some really bizarre thing that might be an aura, maybe he might try using a digital camera.
A digital camera, all right. Well, that's a good suggestion. Boy, we've had many. It's, after listening to all the callers, it's like being between a rock and a hard place on this, because half of them say you should set it free, and the other half say, don't, you'll die in a car crash or your house will burn down or something.
Right.
Which way are you leaning?
That's going to take some thought, but I'm leaning towards setting it free. If that was me that had been captured in a future life or in the other world, I wouldn't like that.
I know, but think about it. You might be angry, even vengeful, once you got free.
Uh-huh.
Tough choice. Wildcard line, you're on the air with Rodney. Hello.
Hello, Art. Smoker David Mesa. It's been a while.
Yes, sir.
Got one comment from your earlier show. The New York Blood Center is now under grand jury investigation in regards to some of their testing.
Well, there you are.
And now to Rodney, regards to Dr. Father Malachi Martin, you might consider, I don't think you'll be possessed, but I think maybe Everett will be harassing you when you let him go. So when you do turn off the power, you might want to set up another array that's big enough where you can jump in, because I don't think Everett would follow you back in.
You know what? You're right, caller. In other words, he could be possessed. Don't discount that possibility. If I was Rodney, I think when I turned off the power, I'd get the kids and the wife out, and then I'd go to the main switch box, hopefully outside the house, and turn the power off there.
Yeah, but he might want that power back on so that the spirit or entity wouldn't pass through the barrier to get to Rodney.
Well, I couldn't live there the rest of my life.
No, but bring in a cellular phone and give Father Martin a call and get an exercise.
And get something done on the phone, you mean?
Right. Yeah.
I wonder if, yeah, I guess that could be done. All right, thank you. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Rodney. Hello.
Hi, Art. This is Steve from Sacramento.
Hi, Steve.
And I would just like to make a couple of statements real quick. First of all, you can manipulate air temperature with sound waves. There's even a refrigerator you can buy that uses sound waves to make your food cold.
Really?
Yes, the Japanese invented it maybe 10 years ago.
So you think that's why the air might be getting cold?
Yes.
Well, all right. Here's a good way to check it. Before you ever trapped this thing, turned the power on, that is, did you have the thermostat there when your wife was channeling this thing in?
No, because we didn't realize that it was cold at the time. Until she said that it was cold in that area, we never thought there'd be a need to...
What I'm asking is, did she sense that before you turned the power on?
No.
No.
And also, I'd like to say you have a unique opportunity here, because there have been recordings of spirits on tape recorders using microphones and stuff. Right now, if he's close enough to this apparatus, if he can simply slip the phone receiver in there, if this entity wants to communicate, we can do it nationwide right now.
You want me to try that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to get the cordless. Can you hang on just a minute?
Oh, a cordless phone?
Uh-huh.
Well, that would mean you'd have to throw the cordless phone in there, wouldn't you?
No, I'll just put it up close. Now, is that what the caller was asking?
I guess so. I don't know if you'd have to cross the barrier or not.
Well, I'm not going to do that.
I don't blame you. So you're not going to actually throw the cordless phone in as you did the cat?
No.
All right. Yeah, cool.
There's an idea. I'll get my wife to retrieve it when she gets back.
Yeah, but wait. Now wait. It'll be on when you throw it in.
Right.
Right? So, go ahead and get your cordless. Let's try this. Right. Okay. This is worth a try. Guess we can get close. I don't know if I'm going to have him throw it in there or not, because then his line would be busy. Suppose he could turn the base unit off after that. Yeah, that'd be a way. Find out where the base unit is. Are you there?
I'm there.
All right. Now listen.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now listen. Here's a way you can do it. Where is your base unit located?
My base unit's about 20 feet from the area.
Okay. Now what I'm suggesting is, if you do, we'll try holding it up, and then we'll try throwing it in.
Okay.
And once it's in there, as long as your base unit is on, it's going to hang your phone line up. But what you can do is throw it in the on position, and then when you're done with the experiment, you can unplug your base unit.
Right. Okay.
And that'll free your line. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. So let's give it a try. Get close first.
Okay. I'm on the cordless now.
I understand.
We're just going to hold it up next to it?
Yeah, I'll hold it up next to it. I'll turn the volume up. We'll see if we can hear anything. I hear absolutely nothing.
Right.
All right, but of course you don't ever hear anything either, do you?
Never.
All right, here's what we've got to do. Now, Rodney, I want you to throw the phone in there, but after you do it, we're going to listen for, I don't know, a few seconds and see if we can hear anything.
Okay.
And then I want you to go get on the other phone and leave the cordless going, so if there's anything that's said during the last few minutes of the program, we'll hear it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Uh-huh.
All right, so go ahead and throw the cordless in.
All right, it's there.
It's there
Uh-huh.
and operating inside the field.
Yeah, I suppose it's operating.
Yeah, we have no way of knowing if it's working, but I didn't hear it. I don't think I heard it disconnect, so I presume it's still on.
Right. The base looks like it is. The base lights up.
The base is receiving.
Right.
All right, then it's on inside the field. Now, whatever you do, don't go and retrieve it.
Right.
And we'll just listen as we take the last few calls here. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Rodney. Hello.
Art, how in the world are you?
Well, you're listening.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ken, this is Ken.
Where are you, Ken?
Arkansas.
All right. Oh, Arkansas.
Yeah, I'm in El Dorado.
Oh.
How you doing, Rodney?
Just fine, Ken.
You holding up all right, huh? Hey, I do have one suggestion, and that is this. Because of the creative power that we have in us, in other words, there's a direct connection with God in your being, pretty much whatever you believe about this being, whether good, evil, whatever, it's going to react to you the same way. It'll respond to you the same way. In other words, you can make a connection, and it's either good or evil, depending on your state of being. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So there's really nothing to fear except yourself.
Right.
Okay?
There's always the unknown, fear of the unknown.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
All right. Well,
it's just a manifestation that is similar to you. You're a spirit being.
And what would you say if he flipped the switch and tomorrow you read in the paper there in Arkansas about Rodney's house burning down?
Well, I'd come up and help him. I sure would.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. First time caller line. You're on the air with Rodney.
How you doing, Art? Calling from the other side of the Spring Mountains
All right.
on a VTAC. I just want to let this Rodney know that this doesn't happen to everybody, and he really should hold on to it and speak to a professional or bring a professional on in there, because you just don't let this thing go. I know eventually, during his lifetime or during the next couple of weeks, if he wants to make himself feel a little better, he should let it go on his own. Because it's going to go sometime. Don't you agree? It will escape eventually.
I don't know.
Why get?
It depends on whether it's telling the truth about being there voluntarily, which I don't think it is. I think it's lying its little spirit butt off.
Well, with Everett, where did the name originate anyway? I never got that.
Oh, okay.
Well, you don't know?
No idea.
You just named it Everett.
No, I didn't name it at all. Now, when my wife contacted it, she asked him, or it, what its name was, or what to call it.
And it said Everett.
Right.
Don't you think Everett will take it easy on you a little bit if you do let it go, say in about a week or two? Or until you get somebody to help you out?
If I kept him for a year. But he may be a little ticked off that I've kept him for 30 hours now.
Well, I really believe if you let him go, say, in about a day or two, he really, like the other caller said, I think he might be playing games with you, and he probably could leave at any time. But Art, I used to listen to you in Cleveland, and I enjoy you out here in Vegas.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much for the call. Have a good morning. Wildcard line, you're on the air with Rodney in Arkansas.
Good morning, Art, and good morning, Rodney.
Good morning.
Rodney, I think what you've done is super fantastic, and if you're joking with all of us out here in the world, have fun.
I don't think he is.
Well, no. I don't either, or I wouldn't call you Art.
I see.
This is Ron here in Pahrump, and if you remember right, on Halloween night I gave you a call and I told you a story up in Spokane.
I absolutely recall, yes.
All right. Rodney, did you happen to be listening to that?
No, I didn't.
Well, I come across an entity that I spoke with him telepathically. I don't believe you're in any fear of all of any problems. I think if something's going to hurt you, it's going to hurt you right away. And
well, not if it's trapped in the RIDPES 3200s.
Well, I agree with you, Art, on that fact. But if it is trapped, he's just in a situation that he wants out of.
No, well, that's for doggone sure. All right. East of the Rockies, without a lot of time, you're on the air with Rodney in Arkansas.
Hi, Art. I'm Dave from Fort Lauderdale.
Hi, Dave.
We lose you here at 6 a.m., so I haven't been able to listen for the last hour. I'm not sure what's been coming up.
Well, we've got Rodney on.
Yeah, I realize that.
Who's got Everett, sort of.
Yes, I know that. I was wondering if it was mentioned before that it might be possible that he has a gray in his possession.
Well, there's an ominous thought.
Yeah, I thought about that whenever you said something about that picture.
That has been brought up before? Well, I've been receiving kind of a sense of affirmation over the last several years about topics like this, and if it were me, I think I would just ask for some kind of assistance and guidance and see what happens from there. Maybe it might be a good idea to see if you can summon some positive forces. I'm not sure what to do about it myself, but that's my suggestion.
Well, you know what? We're about out of time here, and Rodney, I'm really afraid I'm not going to give you any advice, because it might be the wrong advice. I really sense that you're between very much a rock and a hard place here. I'm not at all sure it would be safe for you to release it, and I'm not sure it's safe for you to keep it.
Right.
What is that?
That's the clock.
Clock, okay, good.
It's 6 o'clock here, or close to.
Oh, that's right, that's right. You're a couple hours ahead, aren't you? A couple hours and apparently about 4 minutes. You need to reset your clock. So I don't have any advice for you. I think, Rodney, that you should not let it go, at the very least, until your wife gets home.
Right.
Because you don't know a lot about this, do you?
No, I don't. As that other caller from Fort Smith said, we've got people here in the area that can handle that, and I may look locally for help.
All right, look, the audience will want a follow-up. So whatever it is you decide to do, and I put no pressure on you to do anything, would you email me or fax me so I know and the audience knows you're safe, and let us know what the disposition of Everett has been?
Yeah, I will, and I'll send you that picture.
I'll look forward to it. We all will. It's quite a dilemma. Good luck to you, Rodney.
Well, thank you.
Take care.